What's up, you CyberLux Army? What's up, you moneymakers? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to share a ton of juicy information for CyberLux. I have built my personal custom slides and I want to present the slides with you. I have some juicy information to share with you along the lines of the revenue, upcoming release, why I believe CyberLux can hit 10x from this price point right now. CyberLux is at 5 cents and it has a massive potential to 10x to 50 cents. Remember, in 1 month, just 1 month, CyberLux has 400% return on the investment for the stock price. What that means is $1,000 can turn into $4,000. There is a massive still potential for CyberLux to go from 5 cents to 50 cents. And what that means is the $1,000 investment can potentially turn into $10,000. Now, I want to share why I believe that. I want to also share why CYBL stock is the next CyberLux stock, in my personal opinion, based on the research, based on the numbers that I see, and I love what I see, and I want to share with you, hoping you can make informed financial decision. Remember, this slide is based, all this presentation and slide is based on my personal analysis, based on the data that I was able to research and find in the public domain, and whatever the company has advised us, shared us on Twitter, within the press release, so on and so forth. And I'm super optimistic that there is a huge potential for CyberLux. So what I want to do is I want to share these details, and in a very presentable and very easy to read format. You can just understand it pretty quickly. If you own CyberLux right now, CYBL, ticker symbol CYBL, this is a must watch video for you because you want to get a ton of information. Second thing is, if you are trying to get into CyberLux and if you are feeling that it might be a little bit late, what should I do? This is definitely a must watch video for you, because most importantly, I'm going to share the learnings from ticker symbol ILUS and why I think that CyberLux has the potential to move up even more. I want to share that CyberLux and ILUS, they're both penny stocks, both OTC market, both have massive potential. Both are very small companies. Both are doing acquisitions left and right. Their communities are growing. And not only that, both the stocks are working with government, and they're global companies that they're working in South America, North America, European region, you name them, and there is a massive potential. Not only their sales is growing, their IP properties are also growing, and they can do miracles in upcoming future. So, by the way, do your own due diligence, analysis, and research. I don't really want you to get into a tough spot. Do not invest your entire portfolio, because this is a risk versus reward type of situation. You can make a ton of money. We have seen that in just last month it just spiked 4 times. It can go 10 times more based on what I see. But you want to only invest the money that you are willing to lose, because you can make a ton of money in a short period of time. But remember, in penny stocks, on the flip side, you can lose and it can go to zero as well. So make your smart decisions and make sure that you watch this full video. Before we go ahead, I want to tell you that you want to like, share, and subscribe this analysis. I put in a ton of energy and effort into the slides, into this analysis, and I want to help you out and share this with larger community. So click on the like button, do a great job, do your part and click on the like button. 50% of you need to click on the like button so that we can share more and more this information with more and more people. So click on the like button, subscribe to my channel as well. If you're feeling extra happy, you can join my Patreon. It's $4.99. We have private Discord. The link is in the description below, and we talk a ton and support each other. We're a very small community and we talk to each other, and I share my personal thoughts and opinion on my private Discord very quickly as well on the market on the go. Now let's talk about this revenue. So the first and foremost, for any company, I'm super excited about learning on their sales and the revenue. What I see for ILUS is something I love to see for any company, especially for the OTC stock. Based on my personal analysis and information available, remember, I'm not a financial advisor. This video is only for entertainment purpose only, and I have been sharing a ton of information based on what I find on their Twitter, on the press release, in the public domain, so on and so forth. What we're expecting for ILUS is $2 million in revenue in Q3 right now in 2021. The company mentioned that they're on target for $5 million growth in 2021 in terms of the revenue. So $5 million in revenue. In 2022, the company is expecting $11 million in revenue. Remember this tweet right here. the company mentioned that we expect to post just over $2 million in revenue for Q3, which is about $500,000, $500,000 over what we expected. So think about it. Company has exceeded their own expectations. How fascinating that is. We are fully on track for forecasting $5 million in revenue this year, with the upside of 2020, potential upside in 2021, and exciting growth in 2022. So that's where we came from. So $5 million in revenue in 2021. On the top of that, the company also shared this FBD group fundamentally changes the reach and scope for CYBERLUX Corporation platform, and the company is expecting to grow even further. The CYBERLUX Corporation platform business unit supporting the growth for overall CYBERLUX Corporation business, and they fully expect this ITS unit, CYBERLUX ITS business unit. This is the new unit that they have formed, and they are trying to, they want to grow, and they're expecting that to grow to $11 million in revenue in 2022, $24 million in 2023, and $50 million in revenue in 2025. So what that means is 11, 24 million, and $50 million, close to $50 million in 2025. So think about it. So $5 million revenue in 2021, they're going to go to 50 million, which is 10x revenue. Not only that, from this year in 2021 and 2022, expecting $11 million in revenue, which is more than double. Now, the stock price does not really double. It goes exponentially. Remember what happened for ILUS. ILUS has the $500,000 in profit at the moment, and their stock skyrocketed from 45 cents to 45, 46 cents, which is massive. So the learning is more and more companies shows the promising results, the stock will 2x, 3x, 5x, 10x. So it's going to be fascinating, especially for the sub penny stocks and penny stocks in OTC market. Remember, we have not heard anything about getting on the NASDAQ or some other stuff. If that happens, remember where the stock price can go. So that's one of the things. So remember, so the revenue expectations are double in a very near future. So next year, note that this timeline is based on whatever we learned from their tweets and whatnot. And this is expected for the ITS unit. So there could be additional revenue as well for the CYBERLUX as a company, right? So there is a massive potential. That's what all I'm trying to get at. And this is just take it with a grain of salt. And this is not the final. I'm not the company. So another thing, current earning release. So there is a potential shareholder meeting. We are going to see what the company is going to announce. They have a ton of stuff to announce about Operation Alpha, their growth, their IP, their IR, the new website, their exponential growth. Remember DOD, Department of Defense. They have already the vertical relationship with them. What they need to do is acquire additional agencies, and they're hiring the key executive that can deal with this particular business, and they can grow that exponentially. They will have some of the growth announcement as well, and they'll share how they're planning to do South America, Europe, North America expansion, and some of the exciting unknown that we don't know. Remember, if the company announces something that is exciting that we did not really know, we did not really have in public domain just yet, that is going to fuel the stock price 2, 3, 4, 5 cents just in a day. Who knows what? So, but there is a possibility. That's what all I wanted to share with you. Another thing is on slide 5, stock growth comparison. Remember what we have seen for ILUS. I really want to stress that information, that whenever a CYBERLUX went down, I want to share with you. As an example, CYBERLUX went to 5 cents on October 8th. The short volume ratio is 45-41. In my honest opinion, if 1 cent stock goes to 5 cents, and if the short seller believes that it can go back to 2 cents, you will see the short volume ratio to 60, 70, 80, 90. We're not seeing that for CYBERLUX. We saw this for HCMC. We saw that for many other stocks. We're not seeing that for ILUS or CYBERLUX, which is a massive pointer in my personal opinion. What we have seen is 53, 28, 37. Remember, when it was 28, the stock price skyrocketed from the lower level to higher level. Even though the stock went high, the short volume ratio does not really change. It stays consistently between 30 and 45, 30 and 50, 37, 39, 49, 38. We don't even see 50, we saw that 50 once, but remember the volume skyrocketed as well. The volume was 505 million, we went to 239 million. So there are some of the tricks in the trade, but you want to also remember the last day volume was about 119 rather percent of the average for the 65-day volume. Now going back to this slide, I want to share how fast the company can grow. Other penny stocks have grown from 4 cents to 40 cents, 45 cents that we have seen for ILUS. There is a fast growth and it just took a few weeks. It didn't take too long. What we learned is this growth in stock price could be sudden. Before you or I realize the stock will skyrocket and boom, it's 45 cents. I want to share this chart with you. And you should remember this particular chart because this is the most interesting chart that we have seen for ILUS. This is the ILUS chart. I wanted to share that August 10th, August 11th, it was 4 to 5 cents. I'm sorry, we can't really see. Let me try to zoom out, that way you can probably see. Oops. So probably you can see, but take a look right here. So what happened was, I'll go up here. So what happened here was, August 11th, what we saw was 4 cents. And September 27th rather. So this is the chart, August 10th and September 27th. We saw from 4-5 cents to 45-46 cents. It was 10x return on the stock price, and it took just 6 weeks, just under 6 weeks. So it's 1.5 months and we saw 10x return. Now if someone bought it at the right time, let's say 2 or 3 cents and went to 45 cents, it's 20x return. It's 2000% return. Massive return. I started covering this stock when it was 8 cents, 7 to 8 cents, and I've been consistently covering this, and we saw 45 cents went down. So it's not just once and done, remember, because it went to 25 cents and there was a massive buying opportunity. I know many people bought it because I saw the buying volume. It was not the selling volume. The volume was very high. There was a lot of buying happening, and from 25 cents it went to 45 cents. So remember, it's still 50% growth. But what I'm trying to say is, if someone got in early, and there is a definitely trick to find out, there's definitely a ton of analysis to find out, because every penny stock is at 2 cents, right? There are plenty of penny stocks, 2 cents, 3 cents. You don't want to buy in every single penny stock. You want to buy into penny stock when you see the spark, when you see the light at the end of the tunnel, so you don't really get stuck on your investment for a long time. But learning is, in 6 weeks, ILUS turned into 10 times return on the stock growth. Now let's take a look at the community growth. Community growth is massive for CYBERLUX, for ILUS, for all the stocks that we have been talking on this channel, including HCMC. The Twitter community is growing super fast. Remember, the Twitter account has more than, I believe, 7,000 followers at this point. They started with 7,166, so 7.1 thousand followers, and they have not that many tweets. They have only 78 tweets right here. This is a relatively very new account. They have a newer website. The company has been making sure that they share ton of information with the stock investment community, with the shareholders, with the open community, with the grace. So their executive team is on the top of communicating and being transparent, which is the key. Second thing is StockWits. We have been consistently seeing that the watchers on CYBL ticker symbol on StockWits has been growing. And the third thing is, we need to learn from similar example. We need to learn that there is a still growth possible for ILUS the same way, for CYBERLUX, the same way that we saw for ILUS as well. So you want to remember that. The next one is the acquisition and announcement. There's much more to come. There's a potential for the sales growth. There's a potential for the IP, intellectual property growth. And the company has been making sure that they share a ton of information. Remember right here, business update, the Operation Alpha mission continues, but we are so much more now. As a growth platform company, 2 acquisitions for UAS, global execution capability, revenue growth, amazing CYBL community, and they have been sharing more information about Operation Alpha. Remember right here, 2 acquisitions done so far. beyond on the way. So what company was expecting, they did more than what they had planned for. So that is definitely a great pointer in my honest opinion. The global execution capability is once again massive because their reach is global. It's not just the United States or North America. They have South America, they have Europe, they have additional countries on the global scale that they can serve and they can sell their product and services. Revenue growth, I already talked about, that's massive. US is massive as well. The growth platform company is a unique statement. The growth plan is unparalleled considering Operation Alpha. That is on the roadmap. The DAC is on the way. I'll make sure I'll share it with you, but this is looking super promising to me, and that's why I wanted to share with you. The CYBERLUX Corporation also has issued the monthly recap that I went over in my previous video. So all this suggests that there is a massive growth coming, and this can trigger and fuel the stock price that we are most interested on this channel. At this point, if you haven't clicked on the like button, click on the like button. Help me out, guys. 50% of you need to click on the like button, subscribe button as well. If you feel extra happy, join the Patreon group, join the private Discord, and we'll talk a lot more. There's much more to come. There's much more to come for the sales growth and potential for the IP and IR growth. IP and IR DACs are on the way, still to be announced. I'll make sure I'll share with you. And here's the bottom line that I want to share. The bottom line for CYBERLUX is their OTC pink current ASAP. That was one of the target. They got it done. They got it done so strongly. They're growing super fast. The second thing is the build organization key hires for Q3, which is working pretty well. They shared some of the announcement on their key executive hires. Their contract in pipeline, we have been seeing left and right. The acquisition, we saw the Operation Alpha update, we saw the the latest acquisition and they built the ITS, CYBERLUX ITS group. Acquisition priorities for Q3, that has been done as well. Product roadmap for Q3, Q4, super amazing updates that we have been seeing. Their South America pipeline has been growing as well, and what we see in terms of the stock price is it is becoming more and more juicy. Let's take a look at the 1 day. It is 6.27% and we are flat for 5 days. Remember, it's 2% up, but there was a massive buying opportunity at 2 to 3 cents level, or rather 2 1/4, 3/4 of a penny. So 275 penny that you can buy, and it's almost double at this price point. And so there is a massive opportunity. There is never too late. If you keep an eye out, there is a massive potential that you want to remember. One thing that you also want to remember is their volume. The volume is super strong, very consistently. We are not seeing ups and downs, peaks and valleys into the volume. We are consistently about 200 million in volume, pretty close to 200 million, 187, 231, 505 million, 300 million, 96 million, 148 million. Even though the stock price was 202 cents, this was all buying volume, 2.5 cents, 266 right here. There was all buying volume, and I noticed that fortunately, and I was able to buy the stock at that price point. So what I'm trying to say that is from this price point, if it hits 5.2, it doubled up. So it doubled up from 26 times 2. 52. So 26. So if someone bought it at 26.27, sold it at 5.455, that's double the money in just 2 days. Massive potential, massive opportunity. And once again, you see these charts like this all the time, especially for the penny stock that runs up 4 times, 5 times, 10 times, 15, 20 times. There's a massive potential. So I just wanted to share this information with you. I wanted to share my research and analysis with you. If you find this helpful, don't forget to click on the like button, subscribe to my channel, join the Patreon group if you're feeling extra happy. We have private Discord. It's just $4.99. It'll help you out, it'll help me out, it'll help the channel out, it'll pay some of the bills that I'm trying to pay for this channel. And I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you found some value out of this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.